Hello, today I want to show you my solar setup. It is a pretty simple setup that can deliver 12 volt as well as 230 volt. It is also a plug and play system, I would call it. I use it in my car where I have a stationary big battery installed, and I use it sometimes also in my flat with another simple battery. But we will look at this now, and after this video you will be a solar panel expert. Let's see what it will be. Okay, here is the entire setup. Of course, obviously starting at the left is the solar panel. It's a simple 100 watt solar panel, China, the cheapest China version that I could find. Here in the middle we have the solar charger, and here we have the battery. This battery is just for playing here in the flat. It's not a good battery for this setup, it's just an old car battery. Basically in this video there will be a few like do as I say, not do as I do. The first one is here on the battery. You should have a main fuse close to the plus pole. So in case of a short circuit you will just burn the fuse and not burn down the entire battery, because the battery stores a very big amount of heat and energy, so it can be very dangerous. So always have your main fuse close to plus. I have this on my setup in the car. The battery is connected to the solar. It goes through here first, but we'll talk about this later. But basically just understand it as it's connected here to the solar charge controller, to the battery, to plus and minus. The solar panel is connected also with plus and minus. And finally we have an output here where you can connect your consumers of electricity. I have wired this to a standard socket that you know from your car probably, and just a little display that shows the voltage. At the moment 12.4, which shows that the battery is not very well charged. Okay, it's basically as simple as that. So I had some technical issues, so I changed the battery to a full charged one, or basically to a better one. A question that people might ask themselves is, do I need 230 volt in my car? Or 110, whatever people use in the US. And the question is, of course, it depends on what you're doing. If you just want to charge your phone, to have light, to charge your laptop, then I would advise you just to go with a 12 volt system. So our setup: battery, the cable from the battery goes directly to the 230 volt inverter, and now we will see how much power do we consume when we want to charge our laptop. The laptop is not running now. Laptop is just charging. So we turn on our inverter, and we can see, without drawing any real power from it, we already use 450 milliamps, which is like 5-6 watt. It's not so bad for such a device. Now I will try to power the computer, just to charge it. And we can see now power consumption for charging is 2.3 amp. It's like roughly 25 watt. It's not so bad. It's probably it's because the laptop is not running. We're just charging it. Basically what's happening now is we have 12 volt. 12 volt is converted to 230 volt. 230 volt is converted back to the approximately 20 volt that charge the laptop. So it's conversion like up. So we convert up and down again. So this costs us about 2.2 amp. Another more efficient way to do this is to use this thing. It is a universal laptop charger, and you connect it to 12 volt, and it steps up this volt to the 200. To the approximately 20 volt that the laptop needs. You can get a lot of different connectors for this type of charger. Let's see how much. Let's see, now it says virtually nothing, and I connect. So before we had 2.4 and now we have 1.3. So it's not 100% extra, but it's close. Of course, if the laptop is on, the difference is, like, the percentage difference is smaller. We can try to power up the laptop. See, now we powered up the laptop and we reached the 3 amps. Okay, now it's getting, and I'm getting a little bit curious. I want to see how much we use if we use the inverter. Inverter on. So our not very scientific method shows that by using the inverter we are burning 1 amp hour. No, we're consuming. Oh, I'm an electric engineer, but still it's difficult for me. We are, so by using the, like, to go from 12 volt to 230 volt back to 20 volt, we spent 1 amp, about 10-15 watt. We spent on nothing. And adding to the fact that this thing, I bought this thing a long time ago. I think 8 years ago. I bought it for around 70 euros. And this nice blue one, I just bought for 120 euros. So this one is cheaper, this one uses less power. It should be the easy decision. If you just need to power your phone, your camera, your laptop, use USB, use this, forget about this, save the money, save the, like, you need smaller battery, you need smaller solar panel. Everything is just more simple in this setup. I hope you learned something from this. If you have any questions, feel free to post them, I'll try to answer them. And again, do as I say, not as I do. Always use a fuse close to the plus power pole, and this connector between battery and power setup is not suitable for 12 volt. It is strong enough, I checked that, but it's a connector that is normally used for 230 volts, so if somebody gets their hand on my system, they could break a lot. So, but as I'm the only one who uses it, it's fine.